I haven't given up on this idea of magnetic levitation or pseudo levitation and making a compass out of it. These discs on the bottom are the pseudo levitation, and there's a dowel in the middle and a straw here, and there's a craft stick with a little hole in it. And by keeping these two discs on top of each other with the same polarities facing each other, they repel, and there's about an inch of distance between the two. And then I have this little structure built around it, and I put the compass magnets on top. And I would say it's plus or minus accurate to about 30 degrees. So it will point north. Right now it's pointing north, the direction it's pointing in, if you can see it, it's pointing north. Let me adjust the camera a little bit. It's pointing north, and it turns quite freely. And it will find north. You can see it wobbles a little bit. Now the problem I was having was that the ring magnets were coordinating with each other and making it turn to point a certain direction, and they still do that to a certain extent, but I've reduced it greatly by actually making the hole more in the center of the top ring magnet. Now I imagine if I made the hole more in the center of the bottom ring magnet, that would improve it even more. But I'll show you, you can see this black mark here. So let's say if I move that black mark counterclockwise about 90 degrees, you'll see now it's pointing about 30 degrees away from where it was. Let me move it back. So maybe even more than 30 degrees. And if I move it counterclockwise in the opposite direction, if I move it clockwise in the opposite direction, it'll point a little further that way. So it's about 30 degrees that way. So it's got a range of about 60 degrees of accuracy if you didn't know which way was north to start with. And if I put that little black mark all the way in the back, it's going to point north again. Roughly. So I think I've got a big bug out of it, but it needs work, so I haven't given up. I thought I would give up on it, but I haven't. And again, this is idea. I saw lightsabers or laser sabers, laser sabers video of his motor that is completely levitated by permanent magnets. And it's just an incredible video and an incredible device. And I was thinking one of the principles it uses is not only repelling on the bottom, but attracting on the top. So up above here, maybe half again as far, you might have another straw sticking up with a magnet on top of that, and then you would have a magnet attracting that, held up by a structure on top of that, and that would lift some of the weight off the bearing, and that would make it a little more stable, and maybe that would make it work better. And also, you know, there's always the possibility that the dowel is not in 100% square. Well, it's not just a possibility, it's a reality. So that's my video for tonight. I haven't given up on it. It does work. I don't want to insult anybody. And just want to say hat tip to Laser Saber and Lid Motor and Ludic Science for bringing up this concept again of the pseudo levitation of magnets. Thank you, and stay tuned.